Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything that you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, I am merely the messenger. I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. Okay? It's going to be a general reading. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a lot of fiery energy. Here's the Knight of Wands. This is the feeling that we really need to start moving, right? There's this fire that I think is growing within you. Let's put this into some context, okay? I feel like there is something. You're on the cusp of something right now. Maybe there is a major breakthrough. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. There's the Hermit energy. The Seven of Wands. Oh, a Ten of Pentacles. And the Art or Temperance card. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Swords, and there is the Knight of Pentacles. That's the Capricorn energy. This is the cardinal Earth energy. Okay, so this is very interesting here at the end, especially with that 10, the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles, and this is really good. There's a lot of really terrific Earth energy here, especially with this Hermit energy. This is pretty good. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to set it down right here. We're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, right there on top of that card. And we're not going to look at that one until the very end, all right? But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need, all right? And if at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise, a collective exercise in intuition, all right? Let's get started. We have our major arcana. These are nice. We have the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune and kind of the balance between the two, or the strategy, the art by which we're going to blend this very expansive energy and this more kind of contracting Hermit energy, right? We kind of need a balance between these two, and I think that's what we have here. I'm almost feeling like this is a balance between really like living lavishly, right? And then being frugal and clipping coupons and trying to tighten your belt. Being penny wise, but also pound wise, if you know the saying there. We do definitely have fire energy here. What we don't seem to have is any water. And that is interesting, to say the least. I wonder if part of this Art or Temperance card is to allow ourselves to feel good about this, right? I feel like there's a lot of success coming. I feel like there's a lot of wealth that's entering your life. And you need to figure out how you're going to respond to it, right? That's a very good problem to have. To figure out how we are going to maintain this wealth, right? How we're going to extend it, how we are going to grow it, right? Hang on to it, not only hang on to it, but to get more of it, right? But then also how to allow some of this water energy in. I think that's a big deal for you, is to learn to relax, learn to enjoy it a little bit, right? But it could be that we have an absence of water here. Now we have a little bit of air, not too much of the air either. It's mostly, to be honest with you, it's mostly the fire and the earth, and then the major arcana, a little bit of air. Right, we even have more of those elements when we take the major arcana, because this is the Sagittarius card, right? This is a fiery energy. So we've got all fire here. And then we've got this. This is the Hermit. That's Virgo. That's Earth. We got the Nine of Pentacles, Earth, Earth. And we can even, if we really wanted to, we could say that the Wheel of Fortune, the Jupiter energy, is some kind of Earth-style energy. So we could separate it this way if we wanted to. Okay, we could make it look like this. And then really there is just a little bit of air in the mix here. And I think this air is going to be, it's going to be fairly significant. It's not going to be the real difficulty, but it is in that position, right? It's in the position of the card that we don't really want. And I think that is really a card that says we're not really going to overthink this. You know, we're not going to think too much about this. We're just going to kind of go with it, and we're going to enjoy it, and we're just going to make it happen. We're going to work it, and it's going to be great, right? We're going to trust our intuition more than we're trying to kind of reason things out. So what I always say about the fire and the earth, right, and we can kind of look at these two in that way, fire and earth, is that it is just the impulse and the behavior, right? Fire to earth. Idea to implementation, right? Inspiration to manifestation. Yeah. Heaven to earth. It is a direct line of creation, instant kind of creation. What gets in the way of this kind of instant action response, this immediate activity, is usually our human personality, right? Our thinking and our feeling. Well, I kind of sense that this is taking care of that. It's a Two of Swords. It's in the position of the difficulty, and I think the difficulty isn't so much in your thoughts and feelings getting in the way of what you're manifesting. I think it's just kind of keeping everything in harmony. We've got this Two of Swords, and this is peace. Peace of mind, peaceful heart. You're trying to maintain that, trying to rise above any kind of discord. There's always going to be doubts, you know, especially when you're manifesting something that I think is this significant. And like I said, this seems like a lot of wealth coming your way. And we'll talk about what wealth means in a moment. But a lot of wealth coming your way. And there's always going to be a little doubt. Am I doing the right thing? Was that the right decision? Does this really feel the best? Does this align with my true values and my beliefs, right? I think that you're certain it does. And that card is there to just keep an eye on things to make sure the doubt doesn't start to creep in. We don't want that too. We don't want this peace to break out into all-out conflict and war, right? We don't want the two to become a 5, a 7, an 8, a 9 of swords, right? So the 2 is good. We like that. We like that. There is this fire to fortune kind of energy. This kind of feels like a fortune and glory moment for you. You're somebody that is intensely ambitious, right? I don't think you would consider yourself all that ambitious or worldly or to have these kinds of, material goals, really. But I think what you are is very creative. I think that you have a lot of this, well, you've got that Capricorn energy, right? You've got this ability. If you really are feeling it, you can move mountains, right? You can move mountains. Incidentally, I'm kind of wearing the fire and earth colors today too. So this is really a little bit uncanny. I think you are bringing this intense creativity and fire energy into some aspect of your life, and it really is going to pay off. We could say this is mostly a career thing, a business thing, some sort of a manifestation of, financial, physical, material world success. All right. But we don't have to look at it that way. Because this fire energy it can be applied anywhere. This could be a work and career thing. This could be a relationship, a family thing. It could be something about the home. This could be something about your physical fitness even, right? Where are we channeling all of this fire energy? This is double fire, right? This is fire on fire. And with this one, it's kind of like we're trusting our instinct, because this is kind of a combination of horse and rider, combination of body and the mind, right? The body and the spirit that kind of animates it or is just along for the ride sometimes, you know. So we're trusting in our instinct, our muscle memory, trusting in the unconscious. And we're following something with vigor, with gusto, right? With a lot of zest. Yeah. And this could be a career pursuit. It could be a family thing, a romantic thing. It could be something about fitness. It could be your spiritual goals, right? It could be your creative endeavors. You're pursuing it with a lot of enthusiasm. And this is almost, it's almost without thought, without feeling. It's just something that you're doing. It's like you couldn't imagine doing anything else. The thought doesn't even arise. Usually, still got that Two of Swords. But you're trusting in yourself. You're trusting in this impulse. Yeah. And with that Wheel of Fortune, it's really paying off. You know, if we think of this in the fire to earth kind of manifestation, the flow of this, current of energy, what you're doing is really resulting in greater and greater success. It's like the more you stay in that zone, the more achievements you'll make, the more milestones you will reach. This Wheel of Fortune, it's Jupiter energy. It expands. It's wealth that grows. It's a life that grows. It's a consciousness. It's an awareness that grows. And this is also the cosmic timepiece. This is Spirit's wristwatch, right? It says this is your time to manifest your goals, whatever these goals are. Now, I think you know what they are. The Ten of Pentacles is up at the top of the path of the dove. You have your sights set on this kind of wealth. What is wealth? Right? What does that mean to you? This is the picture of your best life. What is in this picture? If you can, get out a sheet of paper, get out a pencil, draw a picture of your best life. You got your pets, your plants, your people in there. You've got wisdom. You've got connections, right? What does it look like? What does it look like? Where do you see yourself? Are you by the beach, right? Are you in a forest, right? Who's around you? What kind of things are around you? Is it mostly a financial wealth? Is it a physical wealth? They say health is wealth. And this card represents all of that. This is the things that you are manifesting in your life to approach this. And we've got the 9 too. Because the 10 is the ideal. The 10 is the poster that you'll put on your wall when you're a kid and say, one day that's going to be me, right? Your favorite, musician or I don't know, actor or something. Famous chef. You got Gordon Ramsay on the wall there. And as we grow up, as time moves on, as we age, those posters come down, new posters come up. But you always got goals. So these coins, these pentacles, these discs can change, right? They're discs, they're spinning, they're not stationary. And that's the secret, I think, of the pentacles. They're not stationary objects. This is kind of a snapshot of our ideal life, right? The things that we want, the goals that we want to achieve. So you have this poster on your wall. Maybe it's kind of written in your heart. Maybe it's not on your wall necessarily. But you've got goals. And I think you're understanding how these goals are going to expand and change as time goes on. So we have to always be, that's why I said get out a pencil, right? So we can erase, we can change things around as our awareness grows, because the Wheel of Fortune is our awareness expanding. And as our consciousness and as our awareness expands, we're going to want different things. We're going to want more of some things, less of other things. Things are going to change. But this is a card that says it's your entire life. These are life readings that I do here. It's not a career reading. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you don't have a career. Maybe you don't want one. It's physical existence, financial existence. This is love. This is romance. This is family. This is home. This is creativity. This is spirituality. This is a life reading, right? So this circle is going to expand, and your sense of what wealth is going to grow, right? You're pushing the boundaries of what you're capable of. You're pushing the boundaries of what you thought you wanted. And I think that's extraordinary. We could end the reading just like that. That's perfect. You're getting what you want because you are staying in touch with yourself. You know what you want. And you're trusting in yourself. You're not questioning things. You're not allowing a bunch of doubt in here. I like that there's no air energy here. I kind of like that there are no cups, but I don't want the cups or the absence of cups. You hear my cat there. She thinks I'm talking to her here. I don't want the absence of cups to mean that there's an absence of joy, right? So that's what we need this art or temperance card here to make sure that we're enjoying things enough. We got all this fire. We need some water there too. With this card, it's a little bit of both there. This is also thinking and feeling combined. We'll get there. But I want to talk about the Seven of Wands back here. And the Seven of Wands, I think, is how you came to be this fire on fire Knight of Wands right there in the middle. I think recently you've overcome some challenges. Some kind of setback, maybe it's an injury or an illness, maybe a conflict or a crisis or something that you stepped up and you overcame it. Whatever it might have been, great or small. Right? You stepped up to the challenge and you got it done. Yeah. And I think that this accomplishment has taught you a lot about yourself. I think it really solidified your sense of identity, right? And that has allowed you now to trust yourself, that you know how to respond to situations, that you're up to the challenge. So we have this Knight of Wands who's just on the horse, trust the horse, right? There's no fear there, just fire. And I think that this is a really good, these kinds of challenges really teach us a lot about ourselves. You understand those parts of you that you need to strengthen, right? Maybe before we thought some things about ourselves were weaknesses, and we tried to get rid of those certain things. Well, now we're trying to strengthen those things, right? Whatever it might be. Maybe it's a physical strength, possibly. Maybe it's an emotional strength. Maybe that's why there's no water here. Because we're not trying to be sentimental. We're not trying to be too yielding. We're not trying to be too flexible, right? We're fire and earth and spirit, But I think this really did a lot for your confidence, a lot for your sense of identity, okay? And we've got to be careful with that, though, right? Because with this absence of the water energy, this is some Mars in Leo type of energy here with the 7. And that could lead us to this idea that we're a hammer and everything else is a nail, right? So we need a little bit of the temperance. And this is important because there's no softness here, right? It's all fire and form. We've got the Hermit down here too. Okay, and the Hermit really is an internal kind of thing for you. Because I think the Hermit is a few things. The Hermit is still this essential part of yourself that is yielding, right? And maybe that's part of this Seven of Wands stuff, is that you've learned to stand up to adversity and not let a person, a situation, kind of steamroll you, right? You've learned how to stand up for yourself. You've learned how to trust your instinct, trust your body, trust your fire, trust your spirit. To lead, to overcome challenges. but there's still this kind of hermit energy in there. It's still part of who you are. And we need to strengthen that hermit. We need to use this hermit energy rather than being the yielding, kind of passive, things are going to kind of steamroll me, to use this instead as a source of wisdom, right? To allow ourselves the time and the opportunity to turn inward, right? I think it's very important for Capricorn, especially, to spend time alone in nature, right? Just be your goat self and just be in nature, be yourself, whether it's lying under a tree, whether it's just like walking barefoot in the grass, or whatever it is. You know, just feeling the bark of a tree, something sensory, but natural, right? I like to go so far into nature that I can look 360 around me and not see any kind of, not see any cultivation, right? No metal, no buildings. And if I could maybe not hear the freeway, that would be good too. Just to get as immersed in nature as possible, as a source of strength, as a way to connect with that sage inside of you, right? And this card also, to me, the Hermit, and contrasting it with the Wheel of Fortune, this is your idea of this wonderful success, this great wealth that you're building in your life. Inside, underneath it all, you still are this kind of very frugal, very thrifty kind of person. I think that you like to reuse, reduce, and recycle, right? You're someone that is very conscientious in that way, right? But at the same time, we got this fortune and glory. We want to live lavishly, but we also know that we have to be responsible, that we don't need to do anything in excess, that we still need to have a budget and be thrifty, cut coupons, that sort of thing. This is the contrast between that, like I said at the beginning, the penny wise but pound foolish. You're trying not to be pound foolish. We can waste big sums of money, but at the same time we're trying to, refill the ketchup bottle or what, something like that. I don't know. Water down the salad dressing, that sort of thing. But I think you're trying to find a balance, right, between enjoying the luxury, enjoying this wealth that you have. Maybe it's a physical wealth, maybe it's a financial, maybe it is a wealth of love and people and joy and connections, of creativity, whatever wealth means to you. You want to enjoy it fully, but still be responsible with it. And that leads us to the Art or Temperance card here at the beginning. So we've talked about this card already. And this is kind of the challenge for you, is to keep things in balance, right? To keep your heart and your mind in balance so that you don't start questioning things, especially when you start really to manifest this success. Sometimes there's this feeling of, do I really deserve this? What am I supposed to do with this? Is this even real? Am I compromising my integrity for it? Right. So we have a lot of this tempering that needs to be done. It's also the tempering between these two. The tempering between the assertiveness, the confidence, and the enthusiasm, and the yielding, flexible, adaptable, kind of quiet energy here. See, this is very loud. This is very quiet. Interesting that both of these figures are going in the same direction. Right? So we may need to alternate between intense periods of activity and let's go into nature and walk around barefoot and hug the trees for a while. We need both, and both methodologies are taking us in the same direction. It's good, right? Good energy. So I like the Art or Temperance card. That's going to bring us over to the path of the Serpent. And as we shift over here, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. I really do enjoy reading all the comments. My favorite part of all of this is hearing from all of you. And lately I've been enjoying kind of hearing about where you're all watching from, because this community really does like span the globe, you know. Even places I've never heard of, people are tuning in, and I really appreciate that. So let's go over here. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. And this is the way you're viewing this, right? This is your general energy. And all of this, having the ideal set up, having this energy, having this expanding mind, understanding that you can trust in this because it is your time to manifest, and we are growing this business, growing this life, whatever it is. The wealth is expanding, the consciousness is expanding, and you're staying tempered, right? You're learning from challenges. All of this is how you are generating wealth. The 9 of Pentacles is all about the generation of things, producing things, the process of production, right? Not the thing itself, not the object that comes out the other side, but the process of generating that. Okay? It's a 9. It's an odd number. It's an active function card. And what we're doing is we're functioning toward this ideal. So we always have this ideal set up. You've always got a poster on your wall. Even if it comes down and a new poster goes up, there's always something there. And that's what you are working toward, right? And I think the idea here is that we're never going to get the perfect ideal. We're never going to reach that kind of perfection, because then things are done. Then it's kind of, we've completed our task, and there's no room for expansion. There's no room for any more growth. So the more we produce, the more work we do, we keep putting up new goals. You know, if you want to reach, level 100, well, as soon as we get to 99, you're going to say, well, let's make it 150, right? You're always pushing the goalpost back. And that's how you're going to expand and expand and expand. You're not going to be happy. Well, if I just have a business and I get a couple of clients, or, we have a few customers, well, that's fine, small. I think you're always looking to expand. How can we do more, right? How can we push the boundaries here? How can we expand the business? That sort of thing, right? It's just like with physical fitness. Your goal is to be able to bench press, 200 pounds. I don't know what people can bench press. 200 pounds, right? Well, once you're able to do that, do you just stay at 200 pounds? For the rest of your life, you're bench pressing 200 pounds? You could. I think you'd be very fit. But I think a lot of people, they tend to go, well, let's do 210. Let's do 250, right? Let's just see if we can go a little bit more. That's the energy between the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay? And it's a life reading, right? It doesn't have to be about fitness or finances or love or whatever. It's all of it, right? Now, we've got the some more fire energy in the position of the environment, your relationship with the environment, and relationships in your life. I think you're someone that really is networking with a lot of people. I think that there are... and this is why we need this temperance. That's why sometimes we need to just kind of go hermit mode, spend some time alone out in nature, because I think your energy is being pulled in many directions. And this is something that you've learned via the 7 of Wands. Because this is now your ability to take every individual situation, every individual person, every individual interaction, and know how to handle it. What kind of energy does that situation need? That you're capable now of handling every variable in life, right? Because you've gotten to something fundamental. You know that fire energy, that confidence, that trust, that kind of unconscious, the horse and rider kind of combination there. You know how to tweak that, how to color that, how to mold that for the different situations that you're in. So you may find that you're wearing a lot of different hats every day. One moment you're a parent, next you're a business leader, next you're the friend, next you're the child. Next moment you're the lover, next moment you are the the sage, right? The mentor or the hermit. The next moment you are the celebrity, the star, right? There's a lot of different ways that your energy can manifest. And again, it's all going in the same direction. It may feel, see, the Eight of Wands in the Thoth deck is a lot different than the Eight of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. In Rider-Waite, all of these 8 javelins are going in the same general area, right? Aimed toward the same target. But here, everything is going literally in every kind of opposite direction. It may feel like you're being pulled in many different directions, or that you just are constantly spinning from one thing to the next, right? It's kind of an anxious feeling. But I think that part of this swords energy is to know that all of these are really leading to the same place. Okay? And I think that's part of what we saw with the Hermit and the Knight of Wands here. That everything is going in the same direction. Okay? So these lightning bolts, even though it seems like they're all going outward from you, from the center, your energy is being scattered. No, just know that it's all for a common purpose. Right? It's all part of your vision. We got to go past the Two of Swords to get to your essential Capricorn energy. So the Two of Swords, again, is this idea that you have no doubt in your mind. You have a peace of mind. You have a tranquil heart. And you're trying to maintain that. Right? And that's part of the Ardor Temperance card too, is what do you have to do? What are some things in your life that you can do in a practical way, day to day, to maintain that kind of unification, to maintain balance, right? So that you can continue pursuing these goals and manifesting this wealth, right? It's only going to grow, right? And you need to be able to handle it in such a way that we can bring in some of this water energy. You've got to enjoy it too. You know, you're putting all of this effort in there, and you're the one with the vision, right? The future. These two together. This is, you know, you're looking at this ideal wealth, and you're also kind of simultaneously understanding how the life that you're building now, the decisions you make right now, are affecting the future. Is this something that's going to last for 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years? Yeah. You're thinking of your future self, your future life, right? And so these two cards are very, very good together, because it's almost like you're investing in yourself. Every moment, every decision you make, is this a good investment in my future self, in my future life, right? And that's how we stay tempered. You know, you want the big, extravagant things in your life, but I think you can go a little frugal, a little moderate, and say, do I really need that? Is that a good investment? Sometimes, yeah, it is, right? Sometimes we'll find ways to make it okay, right? To give ourselves the approval to buy that really big TV or something. And that's good. You know, that's good, but it's the fact that you are, that you're aware of all of these things. A lot of people get wealth. They win the lottery, or they have a successful business. You hear about this all the time on, I don't know, YouTube or Reddit or something. That people get a sudden surge of wealth, and they just go kind of wild, right? And then it's gone. It's okay to go wild. Bring the water energy in. Enjoy this. It feels good. But also keep your wits about you, as they would say, and understand how everything needs to be an investment in the future. Everything that you do now affects who you're going to be down the road. So yeah, go ahead and indulge. Go wild, but moderate it, you know. And again, this is a good problem to have. Let's take a look at the mystery card, yeah. I'm very, very curious about this mystery card today. Maybe this will be the water. Maybe it will get an Ace of Cups here. Yeah, that's kind of my bet, is that we're going to get the water energy. If you have an idea of what this card is, put your prediction down in the comments. I'm feeling the water here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, wow, no, the Fool. The Fool is interesting too, because the Fool is, there's are they being foolish? Or are they being wise? Right? Is this the fool or the sage? Is it wisdom or is it folly? And I think we're the ones that have to kind of combine those, right? So in some ways, this is bringing the water energy, right? This is you kind of out there enjoying it, right? But not blindly. You're both the fool and the sage. You're both the fortune and the glory and the frugal kind of coupon-cutting hermit. And we can be both. And I think we need to be both. We need to have a foot in both worlds, right? We need to have our head in the clouds, but our feet firmly planted on the ground. And to me, that's the Fool. You can let yourself enjoy this. Go exploring the universe now that you're getting closer and closer to this ideal, this wealth, right? Allow yourself to enjoy it. Allow yourself to see what it's all about, to see what its potentials are, what you can do with it. See, that's the other thing about the Knight of Pentacles. Has the far-reaching vision, has an intense imagination, can move mountains. Let's see what it's like to move a mountain, right? Let's bring a little bit of foolishness in there. But it's the Fool with a purpose. And if you look, even this Fool card is facing the same direction as the Hermit and the same direction as the Knight of Wands. Now, we kind of see that the Knight of Pentacles is looking in a different direction. See, they're looking at all the things that we kind of don't really want to focus on. We want to just focus on what's happening right now, what's going on this way. But you know that your essential Capricorn nature, this Knight of Pentacles, they've got your back, right? Look at that. They've got your back. They're focused on moderation. This is that part of you that says, okay, we can go explore. We can go kind of on this walkabout and be the fool for a while. But we're keeping a good accounting of things, right? So this one's got your back as everybody else is moving forward towards new challenges, for one thing, all with this idea of how to fully utilize this wealth that's coming into your life. This abundance that you're going to be experiencing, it's going to be intense. It really is. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's up there in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just Capricorn, but for every sign. Okay. You can cross-watch, check your other placements. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. All right. Capricorn readings specifically are every Thursday and every Sunday. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.